I am so happy with this production and these actors and this director and these designers that I am very comfortably planted on the notion that if people don't like the play, there's something wrong with them or the play. But this production is fantastic, in my opinion. I think they've done an extraordinary job, and I had a dream about two friends of mine from high school, which were basically the two boy characters, Dennis and Warren. And in the dream, I was both of them, and Dennis was browbeating Warren. They weren't named that in the dream, and I was somehow both of them at the same time in this apartment. And I woke up and thought, gee, that would make a good play. My friend Matthew Broderick premiered on Broadway when he was 21, I think. With very little training, except what his parents had given him, and playing a 16-year-old, so I don't see why Tavi can't do the same thing at 18. She's very gifted. I believe if she has no training, you don't. I've dreamt of a set like this for years for this play, and I think it's exactly what I wanted, but I didn't make it, so that makes it even better.
My first connection to the play was that we did a production of it. We actually hosted a production at Steppenwolf many, many years ago, a Chicago theater company called Roadwork. My assistant even teased me and said, "This is our youth? Well, I hope that you have a really good dramaturg." So Michael and Kieran came with me, came before me, and you know, that was dreamy. We were looking for Tavi. It was really fun because how we found her. I met her and, you know, immediately had a great affection for her, which is, if anybody knows her, that's not a big surprise. We all felt that she was the essence of that character. Everything that is alive in a play is about the collision between two people. And it doesn't really matter if there's 42 people in the cast or 2 people in the cast. I was standing on Broadway at 48th, and if I looked this way, I saw the Of Mice and Men marquee, and if I looked this way, I saw This Is Our Youth marquee, and I thought, you're the luckiest person in the entire world.
I was approached by the producers, Eli and Scott, and they sent me the script, and I think they knew that I was a huge fan of Kenny's work. New York in the 80s, and specifically the music that has come out of New York in the 80s, is something that it's like something that I love and have sort of spent time exploring, and I feel like you're going to get moments of that, but there's moments that are just kind of connected to other traditions too. The entire score could be performed in an apartment in the Upper West Side, you know, on somebody's old upright piano that hasn't been touched. The piano piece that you hear in the beginning comes back, but it's performed by a kind of a garage rock band.
The goal for me was to do this show again in any way, shape, or form. So I'm just happy that we're doing it anywhere. What it is, I read it 12 years ago and went, yes, when, how often, let's just try to do this as much as possible. And I've carried this with me like my favorite book. I carry it wherever I travel with, and I read it all the time. And then I've also done it as 2 characters in lots of different productions, and I still find new things and funny things about it.
Mostly scared and nervous. One of the most fun things is like playing an argument, especially with Michael. It's weird. I mean, in some ways I come here with a feeling that like this isn't, you know, the medium I'm used to or something, because I do writing and I do these other things, and then I remember like I've actually been doing this since I was 8. I think since my scenes are, you know, these romantic encounters with Warren, it makes me a lot more comfortable that Anna's like a mom, you know.
It's Kenny's writing. You really feel something very real and really profound and hard to articulate at the end of almost everything I've ever seen or read of his. That's what he taps into so strongly. Fortunately, doing this play with Tavi and Kieran, because they're so alive, and you find new things every night. A cup of coffee in the second act, and one night it wasn't ready. The stage manager had forgotten it. And he was like, just bring the cup out empty. And I said, no, I'll just go without the cup. And being out there just without the cup, it's like you're really, all of a sudden, you're in this new world. It's just like you're operating without a net all of a sudden. You're like, I don't know what I'm doing.